Hello and welcome back to another episode of Generation Films. My name is American Ben. I often find myself imagining the conversations that must have went on among powerful people before certain historical events took place. For instance, can you imagine the conversation that took place among the Trojans concerning the Trojan horse? There must have been some important guy who was like, oh no bro, it's fine to open the gates. It's not the Greeks, it's just a giant horse. Anyway, I do the same imagining for movies and video games, and I often wonder how Mass Effect came to be, and I figure there was one guy who was just thinking about all the badass sci-fi that's already out there with crazy looking aliens, with epic space navies, and amidst a moment of silence and a concept meeting, this guy was just like, what if they're ships and they're aliens? And the rest of the room just must have been like, and the rest is history. The Reapers are a highly advanced machine race of synthetic organic starships that reside in deep space and hibernate in preparation to launch themselves into cycles of harvesting sentient life that repeat throughout the eons. And unfortunately, humans eventually became their targets, which is why today we are covering their advantages and flaws. You know the deal. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. We're going to start with the advantages. Reapers don't really worry much about putting together a strong fleet of starships because, as we said, they are living ships. And they can rival the best of standard Space Navy ships. The variety of ships that make up the Reapers is as imposing as one would expect of a spacefaring alien space navy. Their capital ships are 2 kilometers long, and along with being armed with multiple cannons capable of penetrating most enemy ships, a point defense system for anti-fighter and anti-projectile purposes, and Oculus drones for engaging enemy aircraft, they have a spinal-mounted magneto-hydrodynamic cannon that can yield blasts of up to 450 kilotons of TNT. Basically the level of devastation I unleash on my room every time I find a spider in it. Capital ships are also highly durable and can absorb heavy fire before losing their kinetic shields. The Reapers also have destroyers, which are able to exact supreme destruction on targets despite being rather small in size. They can use their beam weapons to put down cruisers and frigates with ease as they escort capital ships through space. They can also unfold their legs upon landing and double as heavy walkers. The Reaper fleet also features troop transports and processor ships for harvesting, neither of which are sentient. Aside from their mass relay network, the Reapers also have superior FTL travel capabilities, with the technology to reach speeds of up to 10,957 times the speed of light, approximately 219 times faster than human FTL travel in the Mass Effect universe. The Citadel is not only an advantage of the Reapers, it is the core of their galactic purpose. The Citadel is a massive pentagram-shaped space station consisting of a central ring 7.2 kilometers in diameter and 5 protruding arms, each about 44 kilometers long. The Reapers designed it as an insidious trap for the unknowing races occupying it. See, the Citadel is actually an inactive mass relay leading to dark space. The trap works as follows. The Reapers built a mass relay network consisting of mass transit devices situated throughout the galaxy, each of which can instantly transport starships to other relays in the network. The result is a mass network through space, allowing for much more efficient travel than any sentient species has via their FTL drive. The relays are set up to lead these sentient races down predetermined paths as they venture through space, thus developing along the lines that the Reapers desire. Of course, at the center of the network is the Citadel, where all of these races will end up and establish themselves, and once they have, the Reapers will activate the station's hidden mass relay, opening a path between the Citadel and dark space, allowing the Reapers to swarm in, wipe out the leaders of the inhabiting races, and harvest all other life in the vicinity. The Reapers can then use the data collected by the Citadel to track down, attack, and harvest every settled planet of the species that they just wiped out. After they're done eliminating every trace of said species, they return to dark space, rinse, and repeat. The Citadel is not only able to operate as a massive trap for the Reapers, but it also serves as a map to guide them in carrying out galactic genocide on almost any species they wish. Super likable, these Reapers. Great guys. As we've already been hinting at, Reapers harvest other life for their own needs. As they complete a cycle of genocide, the Reapers round up and process beings from the races they are attacking. Those who aren't killed are placed into camps, and those deemed worthy by the Reapers are placed into pods where they are dissolved into a genetic paste, and then they are mixed with other paste and used in the construction of new Reapers. Thus, Reaper consciousness is the product of the amalgamations of billions of minds, and so it's not hard to figure out why the Reapers are such an intelligent species, though hella psychopathic. Mix their intelligence into a machine and you have one heck of a deadly alien race. Other alien races might harvest the minds, energy, or resources of their victims, but none can do so at the rate Reapers can. 1.86 million humans per day at one point, according to one estimate. Reapers can also deploy collectors, a genetically engineered slave race to harvest genetic material in their stead. Again, Reapers are great guys, I'm telling you. Of course, we never mentioned what happens to the beings who are deemed unworthy of being processed into genetic paste. Well, they are turned into husks, aggressive, mindless drones that are created by impaling victims on spikes known as dragon's teeth, where over time, they are converted into cybernetic beings with electrical charges and then deployed as shock troops on the battlefield. Husks allow Reapers to have a massive force on the ground that can do the dirty work of swarming enemies, and Reapers couldn't care less if they lose Husks to battle because they're basically zombies anyway. Husks storm their enemies on the battlefield and when in range, release electrical blasts that disable shields and inflict tremendous damage. These husks often wield BLACKSTARs as well, heavy weapons created by the Reapers. The weapon is so advanced that it is too complex for Alliance scientists and engineers to figure out. The weapon fires gravitational singularities or micro black holes that are dormant upon firing but unleash devastating effects on hitting its target. The resulting blast tears apart the target's atoms and alters nuclei, thus changing the chemical composition of the target, destroying organic tissue, and well, all roads lead to obliteration. Reapers are also masters of mental manipulation. Any being that is in contact or even close proximity to a Reaper for an extended period of time will come to see the Reapers as justified in their actions and correct in their thinking. Thus, the victim becomes willingly subservient to the Reaper in question and will help it to carry out its goals. The Reapers are in complete control of this process, carrying it out in steps so that the subject doesn't notice a change and believes he is acting out of his own free will. Reapers leave the victims of their indoctrination with just enough personal sovereignty to maintain their competence at the tasks the Reaper recruited them for. Those of you who are either married or in long-term relationships will understand what this is like. Reaper indoctrination is nearly impossible to prevent, is permanent, and can be carried out over entire planets as it was with Earth. Okay, let's get to the flaws. Once the cycle of genocide via their Citadel trap is complete, Reapers retreat into dark space hibernation. Hibernation isn't a total flaw, as it implies the infinite amount of time that Reapers have is in itself an advantage, but periods of hibernation are also the points at which Reapers are most vulnerable. If their enemies can figure out a way to access dark space, then they can wipe out the Reapers, as Reapers, while strong, are not invincible. Of course, we have to list the Crucible as a flaw. The Crucible is an ancient, mysterious device devised by ancient civilizations over millions of years and first constructed by the Protheans, an extinct intelligent alien race, as a superweapon to stop the Reapers. Seen as the galaxy's last hope, the Crucible is an adaptive power source capable of releasing massive amounts of energy, but can only be activated by a catalyst powerful enough to massively amplify its energy. A catalyst that happens to be a part of the Citadel, which manifests as a little boy. Weird, but okay. When activated, the Crucible provides the being who activates it with three choices: destroy the Reapers, control the Reapers, or merge with the Crucible's energy to create a new organic synthetic DNA for all inhabitants of the galaxy, thus allowing organics to gain perfection and synthetics to understand organics, thereby sustaining organic life into perpetuity. All options would stop the Reapers aside from not making a choice. Finally, we have the entire purpose of the Reapers. Reapers are the unintended byproduct of the Leviathans, an ancient aquatic race that attempted to create an intelligence that could prevent organic and synthetic life from killing each other. In short, the purpose of the intelligence was to preserve life at all costs. But the intelligence deemed the Leviathans themselves a risk to life and turned on them, wiping some of them out and processing the rest into the first Reaper. The Reaper's purpose then is to preserve the existence of organic life in the galaxy, and believe that organic life will always inevitably create synthetics to improve their existence, and in turn the synthetics created will eventually destroy their organic creators. After all, the Reapers did so to their creators themselves. The Reapers thus harvest organic and synthetic life and process them into Reaper bodies, creating new life that is a mix of synthetic and organic. Not only is organic life protected in the process, but the merger also eliminates pure organic or synthetic life, thereby reducing the size of the two forces in conflict. Now, the reason that the Reaper's purpose is a flaw is because it is actually a completely selfless purpose, even if it leads to terrible solutions. If somehow a viable solution becomes that the Reapers must destroy themselves, then they will do so. Most alien races have goals of conquest, expansion, or just plain war, goals which drive them to grow their empires, improve themselves, and perpetuate their races. And while the Reapers might do all of this if they determine it to be the means by which to perpetuate life, then they will. But such is not a guarantee, and on the contrary, their lack of selfish purpose could lead to their demise. Okay, well that's the video. It's time to vote for the Reapers. Please click right up there to rate them on a scale of 1 to 5, and let me know down in the comments below what you think of the Reapers. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. For now, my name is American Ben, and I'll catch you next time. Generation Films, peace.